be aquaba. Manurube. Sorry, Oba and Chay, sorry, continue. Oh, some dear. Obey transit. And I said, we are select. We are select. So Oba and Chay, what do you may NPP before you and my band is for us. Assembly. Just say, Transit. Opa, just say, there be many one and then first confess. Man Ruby. That's why I am mixture. Man Ruby, we are mixture. Natural. No, Coco from body assembly. Nanake, it's the new patriotic party. That's I mean, is going to the new patriotic party. Richard Man Ruby, Emma, the National Democratic Congress. Uncle Kumsen. Or promising me a mean who's or promising me a mean who's one, would you know the National Democratic Congress? My mama, Kwaba, and Shassi and Chinko, and Shassi and Freya fix the country. Nana, fix the country, Kobe. Yea, but you do a tea for Joseph. That was going. I fix the country. What do you gratitude? And the old party is so more near my own. I mean, kind of cribbing show. May my trust in the métier face the country for no, I won't say more. One of the things I may be a make us a menu more drink, but I don't think the demonstration is a solution. No, and I say, baby, I be Bruno. You know, mining Kosovo, mining ED. What is the way forward? And then it is so be Kasimbi on one of the station interviews with my eye trendy on social media. He was very emphatic. Say, I support this kind of crusade. Because he him say, former President Rawlings constitution on the they were coming from the revolution to a mutual constitution, a be protective woman. Sebe Ghana for Soria, young Cobru Kochoma Bosso. And they Yanini, Yaji democracy natum since 1992. And there's a ton of man Ribu and Colano School, GHS near primary school, and there, Omoyini, Abawaria war. Nanawe. Unason in Zimini command. I am come and Ruby. I could see warehouse for fair on Quantas out to the Amana, and then Nini Mayo warehouse in Mosso. Yeah, no better happy if no toy ampia. And that in the quotations will come here and the bush for friend. Where's I know me, Udian, and our own idea. Quantas out, Yakosi, 1 day straight one warehouse. There's here come up for fair for any Yamano. And so the boss and Mikasa, you know, Becca said that they couldn't have been to her. Open offer or bachelor and near me woman a dining moment a preserve product Nicrom for Adriano Fekeke. In the name of politics, or Betwa Yampia. Constitution engine. Me support say, Yin Ebeka boom. Na ya pet, me Kaiser Professor Mos Bresson, ya me fa the currency. Abraham Monpenida Dakofu, a free akundasono. Now, why you making provision for constitutional review? Okoyena na Professor Mos ban obey the commission and no more tenancy. I ain't funny, dear Quacosi. It's a document in war. And I make us a hint funny, dear Quacosi. O my, your problem, I want to say, Bryze, commission of inquiry by, if actually could be no cause to Angusiaga. We near the Yaba Angusiaga. And no some of these things, no, I'll support it. Barbara, more money, I'm a young Brabo, I'm a free for. Minim say a from Pont, the video be better to abontians will be the better to abontin. My own video be another free for Kutami Gafuna, no Casa, walk as I traffic the country for no. Some almost fix that country, most we indiscipline. Yes, some far, most of them for Mopeliana for police, what Bobo say police for can't be no more demonstration. No, these are some of the things. Bra, yell off and I make Cassim beach or more. One would say, walk of all of Inter Hill. Yeah, me father. Busa producers were found and said, I see we are monk for her. And so now I touch it. And the Murabon mano. Coheed you on my team. Young can stop one my digumu alajo. Or my digumu achemotano. Ni media me case. Some one way or the other, Ghana near ready for democracy. Because as near 4 months for ye. Many one NDC guy beating us so be so. Satam raining season in Soto. Also at Nima. Oh, Maestro. From Bodan for Pano. Maestro say, Ra, where you find your politics? Also meeting him and so Tommy Jammy window marriage will be a Tamura. Boy, ye a bottom. What work we got in him? Okoka, what an it harmful. Wait, we have major demonstrations that face the country. Why don't fix them out? Go and clean that kind of mess you've caused in your house. These are some of the things I hear cassette here. Yansi saya jini, ni yansi said the way we think. Bro, yakofa Yesu Christo club man penny ye defeat ba pamono. Ye defeat ba manatu. What the mama ya chemo. Baby ye druno. Dia minu mienu you know say she. Ni make sure say bad you must say institutions are. Ya did this kind of a juma show monsano. Ya mamu nyo maduma. Oko man bi mu a. Police ni no no cross stop one the car no nsim free mu. Oboni bibia o si free mu wi anu de street abrewo. Nya fe na aba be explain the entire far red light mu. Wo bibi explain akọ court ne ko explain. Police ni wi na dwuma. No agya wo no okọ. Ukọ court na ukọ counsel na court ni fi say wasem na oka no legitimate reasons are. Ya find one ya market we bi. And one of the problems I face we ya man mu in judicial system. Yambra ni nyina yambra di nipa ko prison o. Enye mbra jiska free nipa ho de constructive road. Niema de kotwa so ye na dwumatua tax. Bra also obi afa red light mo ko tua 6 million we nya ntua. Ye de na koto nsawom 6 months. Pa cho ye calculation no. Ye say 2 cedis a day. Do dance wo no. Boso me ye say 2 times 3 years enye 60 cedis. 6 times 6 no be nya say 360 cedis. Bra what boka na so wanya mfaso oboka enti se oji nipa no 200 cedis no tua no koye na dwuma ko tua tax. What are we doing to ourselves? So these are some of the major challenges I face so on mine. Yen tackle judiciary no omo hwe na yemra no mo sesam spot fine yen famra na police fo nyai so mo boto ayema na sika tiguo no because minim say mechi enipa so mesi boni a wayeni spot fine also otua 200 cedis otua 200 cedis na maybe police ni no ya mark me be 15 cedis wo mu a mekwa kwaje 5 cedis ho jana manako. These are some of the challenges. The motivation be mra police service nim na yensi say ye mra nim truck driver taxi driver 600 cedis and go to obi car enti wa nya ntua ni ya na koto nsawom obefiri nsamawo obeba 6 months no no metro driver be mu oba afedi en sekan ni tuo na no de bad because wakohia hardened criminals bra ma kwanyam some counts some prisons many times yakoye donation upon donation many times na ya do condemn prison wha bra oba bones say what to heaven condemn prison wha oba bones what to heaven
aka so kwanyam sem kan kwa me nyu
no na wo me patronya antichrist asem na me kan wo mo wonsa wo patronya Famine Kohona, why ran a million man wakopa. So, Metain him said, that's a minfino. Oh, carry around my cocansem. A high quan, or no names will come here. Eventually, may be piano. The ninny. And these are some of the challenges I face. Young restructure your mind. One thing also, Henry consider our mobile so many demonstration. I mean, more moving come. Bra, what is the focus direction of this nation? Oh my, anyway. It is NDC Banwa the manifesto, but to make affordable housing was secret. Affordable housing no koya no we are no one kaso here and want to mean to be. If it's what the musica deli in every segreme. Your father sagreme. Bra,
segreme was a secret.
That's some 5-bedroom house where 28 billion. That's some. You're 28 billion. What was it there is agreement? And your house or your apartment. Floor near friends say apartment near 4 and more with 1 floor. Where the any who are waiting? Who some choir waiting? Who come from power so do and do and they would the day. Do next door neighbor better brow over them. Bra, who here? Who they G 800,000 Ghana cedi. The funny thing is that I was listening to this man, the former Minister of Housing, E.T. Mensah. Was in some me NDC for man we some press conference and I try to be church Ghana for. I was the minister, me na me lady, I made the money call parliament my approve ye. Ya nye faces. The contract I assigned is a contract and see 5,000 housing unit. and the cost any road gutters account you $200 million. On no free one now to better take you over and say there be some contract in your papa. Yenny road in free, yenny gutters in free, and then I don't cry at so, but you pay the same $200 million. Say, I don't care. Say NPP Nibia communist you put to yes cano no triano when Tiana Kwampasua, we should gather all of them and punish them. On my ya pampacrophobia check. And so one doors. I remember no more touch came out. As a minister, or Kopechak Busuno himself, the name of Sikwa, ya Tiasi can be or not was a minister, director, say Tias can be. Abrawanim. What I saw you want, director, I saw you. What are we doing to ourselves? So these are some of the things, sir. Pampacrophobia, sorry, see a conflict the country demonstration. Sa director Kroko to Yesika without the knowledge of the minister, and Sabri. And when you hear the go prison. Massa, what don't remember your Pampacrophobia, Madrid,
It's all because you reform the judicial system.
that is the point.
Custodial sentence is being your mind.
Oh, my, running back to women, and I saw my life from Atimota. Prison warders no more show of no more red on Tinsi that him.
I never was
wait to my now we have to appear. Wait to my now we have over 2 years. Last time we were Mexico conference. I've forgotten the country will be minister of Koramia Quine. A quine no more, you see a sort of 1 meter. Yajalino. And I'm saying, now quite no music will be at the 1 meter and a moment in it. A quite no music and what you have. I'm a quiet one go asphalt, go chippings. The Ayago man in Ruby Crumono. Don't have so better because you know, your friends are only friends simple. Oh, don't be black, you only go as your good friends.
Quota.
Quota, no.
Co bitumen.
Bitumen, no, sir. Oh, yeah, asphalt now. Who good no? No good, a chippings, no. No, sell good bitumen, no for friend, no, your tech. Now, my quan is why you're. Where the bitumen, you go for one near the chippings and gusso. 2 numbers now breaking their power got them straight. And no more good.
And we are petit.
Sapetian.
Oh, Sapetino.
Bra.
For honest, mammy.
Medima no see no. A dear Bakua, my mommy a MP we abaso. Honorable Patrick Boama. Wouldn't they tell me Bonabaso?
I didn't try.
Bear a week ago, me taught 2 constituencies. Patrick Yaboama constituency. And I me call Ablekuma Central. Kanesia Boso Kaimuho. Now, so in Patrick Yaboama constituency, no, a Zongo community.
Yeah.
Minu Meru him said the Zongo, yeah, boy, bra. A choir nurse sing, Yaboma, you choir to coin a Zongo community, Fadama, and not to me drive rubber beer. So what? Where was the constituency in the channel?
Ah, yeah, the channel say.
Then this in the best me acquire the man away.
But so was just here, Drew baby.
Well, baby.
No, hold on. What's here, Drew baby? And obviously, a bedroom baby on all the strength, no, obey you before from an ababe. The community of the constituency may need something else.
MPC baby, I buy you. Me say, yes, say. Uko chief imam 18 moho. Chief imam opposite, na kwine and co, na pem. Forget about this guy, he doesn't know the place. Me say, nanko, a kwano kwa na kopim obi dan. Ya clear one woman you quiet to. I'm a note to me drive through. And this, we have to catch you say, on my way, Yariam no ne hayen. COVID-19 NDC.
What's that, baby?
Because somebody say a pandemic, no. At the papa be a one team or Farasi for and a good NDC. My man will be penance and Ajani Yabafia, who no good to me come back to man. What
to know was on Van Homer don't want.
Men Frano, but the so share baby, why are not the white actually? You go one who say, baby, I want no, why that?
Mate.
And to me, Germany, and say, yeah, Bible send me to a warning question with this. Why me don't pama say choose the open name of me say when you pa.
Who open?
And the Bible me go to the conclusion so me come Bible so me na say. Bible says me of us tie dey make am. Me send say when you pa. Nya wo pen na make am wasem. Enti yes na
go the open amount.
Wo pen no the amount. Wo wie no atufu say me say yin kwa. Ti so po wu afa. Ti me nua no no. E kwan ni mo da ho. Se Ghana fo nyina ehunu. Adwuma pa aban we baaye omoye metezu afidie bi so no bi dwa nanim say na one district one factory na wo hen bra me ma practical example me cancer ma minim se ma ban na aye na enkoyi ameka but wetie 2015 2016 wonim jumbo size kitchen tissue from Paul Pepper The see kitchen ya why the people and son.
There be only the audience here.
Ah, the people flow. Se fa benya semo. Ya why the people and son. Se fa kura hu. So wan gaza ofu sankore on.
There be free sankore of your queen say.
Honum ya den to atade na people and.
Enya atade. There be ya di mamenkyerɛw. So okoko ja na asebe. Brodia. And I say unya bo
secondary school and the school war.
Unya bodia
awo na di so kakra.
That is so apetiso.
Good. And you would make I want to kitchen tissue no. 2015 2016 near 20 city or traffic you bear me witness. And then the boy 14 cities, 15 cities.
If I told me 12 cities.
Who's what to be 12 cities? Do you know why? One district, one factory. I produce 14 different factories who produce tissue. The competition above swat. This is the kind of leadership we are looking for. But I also have 14 factories, you know. Oh my head, Mozambique for.
Nanake, Medase. Nanake, the new patriotic party. Richard. Okay.
Okay. Many from Pong had it.
Only from Pong, Croya, or can one say,
one, a German and a minion or don't for One the make one quarter baby, mammy. We are no better different thing. Why is it? No, is enough body by Benjamin. Or in the case, I more cook as your man and she. And I gave it as Richard, not Makwa, Bogo there. As if my tune got check a now, Oba, whom you are so from me. I said, but how do we opinion tonight? Oba, whom you are not, oh, Sefa, Mommy 5, I know what you're not. Sefa, Boko. Sefa, now. If I'm Joe, Momo, Diana Munyedi, Uncle. Now, who produce a friend from Pona? Kwame from Pon. And or they are simple papa. I don't them not do it. Man can never don't confused from by air. Are they? Oh no, that's a quite the owners are confused. Why? Nanake, Nanaka, Nanake, Unyon Kunia confused. I mean, you and me so you're confused. No, we didn't know about me so you're confused. I don't hear me. Now, what business some say fix the country or Quana? You know, offer all the kind and assembly or car fix the country. Siva. Also, my penny could want to see cathedral. Na Solomon see a sorry dino. Nane Papa David. What penny many in the Guhama, yes, I'm net. I go for the Papa and your mama, or mother. One 5 young go. I better be to woman. That man or boy or be. Nanake Kowai. Siva. Mampeni His Excellency. Siva, Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Kwame. My uncle Bunka and to Mammy. Mampeni and then a man 2 minutes. Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the First Lady Rebecca Lordina Mahama Echiao. Rebecca Mahama. Lordina Mahama Echiao. Now the good people of Mkwanta have so Echiao. Now me knew about Kutio Ibrahim. Also Kaswa area or Mutio. Now Siva, say fix the country as someone eka. Because we are drone see Ghana is a serious country. And it's a sembana Ghana for count one semina with the NPP for Bahano Betina Yabu. I am a euro. Oh, NPP for any Munkwana to about the neck Cadbury members of NPP now to Obama Ghana for. Wouldn't you want us, Uniana Obani do Africa? So, or another the confidant. The team reading newspaper, I will see the confidant in another while disappointing or betrayal. NPP for Nakoya, Esuka fix the country demonstration. Ghana for. But the people who went there, they say they are not aligned. No, Ghana, I don't know line there. The people came out on the street, about cast materials. Everybody came out from his home with a placard. And the placard communicates. But I'm saying, say they are non-aligned. Yeah, I can say, but you should know that some of them are also politically affiliated. I'm using Free Fire as an example. He has hosted me on this program, and he made it clear so you're MPP. He made it clear so you're MPP. He made it clear say well he's a confidential. He's another than Kwakufado. And if whether aligned or non-aligned, I'm not see. Yeah, and I find saying Captain Smart. I can say he's a card-bearing member of MPP. He's in every day and every day, everywhere, and anytime will be an MPP member. He's on the street demonstrating.
Sifa, millions of Ghanaians are on the street. A 72-year-old woman, and then she was weeping. Say, "Ne Ghana no, it's not the Ghana today." People are demonstrating. Obi kan asembia e kama kuma say, "Na kebeya nyanka nyame fa ne ma member no fa de na dan kwa kufa donko." Because it's the pains they are feeling. No, asamando. Ne ma fa de na dan kwa kufa donko.
I mean, how?
No, but you see, it's not reasonable. But you see, it's out of emotion. You should understand. People, old men and women are on the street demonstrating. Even me, Meka, even if one person demonstrated in this country to raise an alarm of a situation, let's say you're very careful. What would the Ghanaians say? In some Ghana, it was about murder. It was about unemployment. It's about corruption, about borrowing, tribal politicking, and the insensitive Nana Donko Akufo-Addo. Obiambo John Dramani Mahamedin, Obiambo Kufuor, Obiambo Jerry John Rawlings, but they say fix the country. Because the president today, I promise you, say he has solution to the Ghanaians' problem. And Ghanaians went to the polls. Over 1 million people voted against NDC. And not me back power in 2016. But in 2020, the Ghanaians went back to the polls and rejected him. But bet you on somebody's contract, he became a president. And today,
by the virtue of whose contract?
And let me make progress. And today,
no, you cannot make progress with that statement that you've made. By virtue of whose contract?
We all know, sir, the people of Ghana gave essentially John Dramani Mahama a mandate. But Jane Mensah, coincidentally, which way will I use, said that he has changed results 7 good times. But let me respect.
But when you went to the court,
let me respect the court.
So no, these were. Let's talk about the content of whatever it is that you presented. It's not about you respecting. You've made a statement, but you are not making a statement of fact with respect to the evidence that you are due to in front of the court of competent jurisdiction. The
court of competent jurisdiction unanimously. Unanimously. Everybody thought alike. That is why we have never in any day congratulated Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the President of the Republic of Ghana.
If you don't congratulate,
and we will never do it.
If you do not congratulate him, what happens?
He's a will. Over 6 million Ghanaians feel say he's not there as a certified president.
Are you saying, sir?
Oh, come on.
Nobody voted for the party.
Some people voted for him, but per counting arithmetically, and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo will have not been there. Auntie Esifa, Usha Nesi in there. Asifa, Usha, the youth, the way the youth came out on the streets. Usha, the Summer and Kofoika, businessmen spoke, journalists spoke, public sector workers spoke, and Ghanaians in general came out with a voice and said, he says, John, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, baby, Edruno, so won't fix the country. And this is where we have to look at. We have to do a critical analysis of the people who came to the street. And some of them now you should say, what do we do as a nation to move forward? That's if you see and think it's a joke. Today it's on the street. Tomorrow it may be guns. Because when somebody is hungry, he doesn't have food to eat. He doesn't have where to eat, where to sleep. He doesn't have water to drink. Or tell him to know who are. He'll be ready to eat you as a meat. Or civil war man for because they don't have option. Sifa, today, somebody on the street, an ordinary Ghanaian, what to me they did 3 times a day, people will suspect you as an armed robber. Yes. Because food.
So for example.
Oh, basic, I'm talking basic amenities. People are not getting. Even to eat 2 times or 3 times a day. Sifa, you see people calling you that they want money to rent. And they want only 50 Ghana cedis to rent a kiosk. They can't afford. You go out there and see, say, a man for the street, so at 10-11, go to Mokola, that area, maybe now Mokola, you see a chunk of people from my region, northern region, Omudaho.
I know one spot at Ashaman, just after the traffic light, Oko Ashaman ran about her. Before one betting company be just in front there. Obakonomas of mosquito net.
No, yeah, that's what they lie down. The one on Muda. And at dawn, about 5, about 3 a.m., no more sorry. They will work and pay tax to Ghana. They work and pay tax to the government of Ghana. And where are we heading towards? Sifa, ordinary baller. people to dump their refuse into dustbins we can't afford in this nation. You go back and see, say, a Juma ran down from the Fourth Republic. A Juma President John Rawlings, John Kufuor, John Mercy, John Mahama Bay, I question not done for the band, I question a case, as they know me. Everything starts still. Uka Sema, and then 5 years in government. Uka Sedentary Maya, almost Mahama. Everything that you ask this country, these people, they'll go back and refer to Essential John Dramani Mahama. That's if the government borrowed 210 billion Ghana cedi. So if I sat down and I wept. When I got to know the government took 1.2 billion US dollars, close to 7 billion Ghana cedi. I need your debt stock from Get Fund. Look at our educational sector. You took this money, went and borrowed this money, and then 60% of our sweat money go back to India. You go to Eslan Levy. All the salary funds are buying the previous government. They are to loan. You go to hospitals. Nipabidaho. Just access to drugs. Health insurance would work. It is not working. So I was a time I went to Bunkurugu. Only Bunkurugu. From Bunkurugu to Nakpandure, that's where the access to healthcare. That's where the district hospital is. Mami Yaria, they have to put Mami to Abobo Yam and drop the Mami to this assembly to afford a five to the aged woman to renew national health insurance before they can take this woman to hospital. At least, if you create basic needs for human being, do you think that this woman can survive? Statistics say 171 women call labor reach hospital every year, just last year. 171 women we are flat reach hospital. Sifa, when him say sanitation, go to the sanitation their portal and read. 502 children die every year from sanitation, and we lose almost $240 million. When you say, "Oh, Abenya and Kaudiso protect all these things and put measures in place," will it happen? And then we say, go and check our construction economy. Nothing is working there. When you say, "Oh, Abenya," it doesn't look at it doesn't build out micro economy. You can't grow as a nation. And then we say, household economy. Among folk cannot afford. Common school fees like people cannot afford. Every sector of our economy at Japan saying.
Common school fees from where? For where?
Oh, Siva, you were free education. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
But what the children pay before you even get access to free education is more than school fees. I had free education. I always said free education is not a bad policy. Because me and my 28 siblings, and then I'm not responsible, none of my parents responsible for them, had free education. So I know the importance of free education. Write down, President Obia, every government, he has put measures in free education. President Kufuor or the Northern Scholarship buyer. President Rawlings or the Cocoa Scholarship and Brilliant and Needy Scholarship buyer. President Mills buyer or the Source. President Mahama buyer or the Progressive Free Education buyer or the scholarship they count. And also buyer or the free education they count. But what the end the Atia Pansan? And yeah, Juma. So if you go to bribery and corruption, allegations and whatever you see, empirical evidence. And the special officer, the special prosecutor, Sifa, run down from President Mills. You look at the BNI, Bureau of National Investigation, was set up. In this institution, I fight corruption. President Kufuor Bayano, or the SFO buyer, okay, SFO, Serious Fraud Office. Or be not corruption, and yakono. President Mills Bayano, who say yes, a warrior, or Yenny Yoko. I fight corruption. President Mahama Bayan and your answer and so say your oil economy. When you saw set a piak, when you are Juma Piak your Kuruma, who buy a special prosecutor, honor mother Lomi soul of corruption buyer, mother shepherd of corruption buyer, entrepreneur corruption buyer. Just a baby, I'm not done for the dinner Sabe Canning, I bet you up outside. At the no me buying. And then demonstration economy. Not Jesus Christ work and who are demonstration against the not done Kwakufado. Was it in my father's house? There are so many houses. On here, cathedral. Jesus Christ no come. Kwame Nkrumah, na sum ka the demonstration.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, some I feel Jesus Christ anytime is in my presence.
And do feel unkwana feeling.
Or say in my father's house there are so many houses.
That means unkwana feeling.
Those people who are in the spirit of realm and I believe in Christ had the spirit that Jesus Christ was in our midst.
Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah na sum ka ho osu. Say baby na wa ja asase. E dia tu ama ya say asase ma dia agefo. Scholarship secretary that passport of it or ma bebubu ni nyina. So it is the first history of this world. I mean TB that say. Obi aba say we no quite promising nyame. So aba be say fia ma nyame. Wan kwato na asase o. Enya na asase na kwato yo. Aban ni Ghana for asase na ko bubu omo dan. Eno achi o si Ghana ni bia ope 1 million Ghanaian no bia ma 12 million a year. Na fa kwasa asa on kwasa cathedral. Na sifa
na sematua.
Mosque na yes see. That 12 million.
12 million.
Sifa
sematua.
Mosque na me wana betia na me wana scan wan.
This $50 million na almost
Canada. Mosque na SC work Kandano. Mosque na how many capacity?
What in a rap ya mame?
Mosque na Kandano how many capacity? 15,000. Anamwa
15, yeah.
Almost in say $10 million. $10 million. Now we see 10,000 capacity there, $100 million. So for Aden, why? I don't understand. Me dream one mean here because Nanado don't go for the quiet. You knew Nanado 2016. It shocked everybody. I shocked every ordinary Ghanaian. So me say, "Unkwana confused." All Ghanaians seems to be very confused now. Because you need
and I didn't confused.
We say unkwana why you confused, all Ghanaians seems to be confused because I must say the people don't trust politicians.
Rabiab mami.
Because another don't go for the crown now was to say he was going to protect Ghanaians in their homes and on the street. Today, unam hwabo hunipa, obesha the next minute nipa na ira. Yeni me bi offer. Today, yanam hwabo adechi na say emboja na efro bi windows ba, obesha na nipa will award them. Now, if you go to the roadside now, you don't see padlocks. I'm out of padlocks because of insecurity. You have to lock your door and lock before you can be safe.
What a propaganda.
Siva, and maybe I had Siva, maybe I had Bruni. And maybe me passion, me pan another go for. Oya Timama Ghana for.
Edivo,
Oya Timama.
Richard Mayorubi akasewi. Why we said there is a political heat bubbling from all the corridors of the Ghanaian state. The government must be uprising and to listen to the demands of the suffering of the people. I want to ask this question. When was the last time that you saw Ghana's flag? It is time for us to rekindle the spirit of our forefathers, to bring back hope to our soil and detach ourselves from unhealthy politics because of parochial interest. Let's speak truth to power. The reflection of true leadership should be upheld in Ghanaian state to enhance development and to promote our democratic credentials for the general good. Mima inti, Medach inti Peter Bell, Wakian UST, and all the way small bow. I say my greetings to Ofake, New Plant Station. My main kind way, or say, you did not read my message on the show. So I've deleted them. Oh, we don't do that. So I read the messages on the show. I take my time to do that as well. Mamenko, I say, for 5 years now, this government is not able to print out just a single textbook for various government basic schools across the country. But they are now interested in collecting 100 Ghana cedis each from us to build a house for God. Clearly, common sense is missing under this government. From Positive Change in Medina, also regards to Comrade Godwin Mahama, NDC Communications member. Other messages are also from Wofake, New Plant Station. Today, NDC fixed the country demonstration at Tonsium. Greetings to Honorable Moses Abo and Colonel Damwa. We say, I am a Kwasi from Gumwa in crime. What is Nana Addo doing about PDS? Kelny GVG, Ameridale, Kroll and Associate, bust seat for cars, Australia's visa scandal, PPA boss scandal, Japan. My sisters keep scandal, Cambond and Associate and Family and Friends government, and prosecutor Tachia, also not Collins Dowda. Nanado and corrupt appointees has failed Ghanaians. JDM is the only option we have in Ghana. Are you sure JDM is the only option you have in Ghana? Akwasi Kisi from Gumwa and Crime. One also dia or de buy, and you can keep sending in your messages 0202222067 Yeah, number na between your message na afaso day abano. I don't know where this one is from. Okay, all right. What the ba make am. Name what the ba na menyan kan ya. Enye abufuo mu gidigidi no asan delete your message and then you send me a message say what the message ni ba no mankind to delete nyanto boase what the ba said dwumadi ni koso na menyamra na matumi akomu no makenkan bi minia oben me makwa ba
sefa bejo so na pomo
me here
ma menchia wetifo na menchia oh my Ghana na menchia His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo
atifo joso
ne able Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say Komodia Koso na as usual of no NDC for propaganda.
What go talk radio ni bi?
It's a crowd idea. It's a crowd short here. Then I be kunye bito. Sefa.
Me kwa me busebu ashama.
Serious. It be a propaganda sa the crowd.
Man Ruben e kan me dey minim because me dan me tumba ko pe. Was it crowd short to? What go talk?
Onu go shock na NDC ni go shock on him on say that. What's why shock?
Was insecurity na do so man ne ofa krumu crowd. Any insafo nyina asa.
Oh, propaganda. Best, who be na so ni dia ko. Oh, patro make us.
But so lucky na me dan na security doors in.
This is cow ho no. It's cow ho. It's cow ho. It the all can you can relate.
In the padlock.
Ba me se bit pesa.
Ah, do ni. O se ba o me.
O de ma obenga zengo.
Oh, it's here for what to use propaganda na. Okay, my member assembly so. Fix the country and then demonstration of course or no. We are there. So far as in Yamani Bia time agitation start here, time call start here no. In Yamani Bia raise here, some of us ya all station win so. I can't say unni GDA or papa moi. Untimi nkɔ nche enko country ne say da we ni here inti yemu bebre wo honoma from the word go some of the things are Ghanaians calling on no na ye support ye wogidi wo Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo so obekoso aye na de e asefim kakra e ye de minua Richard kind utimi hu say instead of and I see say one of the problems are on my Ghana ye wo sometimes in your platform we end up politicizing Bibia attacking Akufo-Addo. But we understand why I think then you don't understand the reason why a new animal afraid for fix the country. So utie some of the leading members omo call for this fix the country. Utimu say it is not about Akufo-Addo, it is about leadership. Parliament, the executive body, the judicial system, the legislative.
But who has all of that?
You know, the American system say, even though the president all the structures also have a role to play as an individual role.
Do you happen to believe in the statement that the backstops are the leader?
I to some extent yes, but it's not all the time, especially our hosted program. Now many opportunity now make in sema fata mean substantiate, and as the host. You have the responsibility to call me to order. One year, expect to say, the owner of the station, no. So you have a responsibility. Some level, some level of liability. And also, say as the host, moderated program, not program neither. I successful. Make up say, as judicial system, as legislative, as executive, in Yambako Parliament, they have a role to play. In Samba Kota, they say fast track in the DSM, no more mind co anymore. They have a role to play. You don't expect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to come and sit on cases and give ruling. You don't expect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to come to Parliament and come and do the work of parliamentarians for them. No. The same thing now, you don't expect say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will go to the ministries and go and do the works of the technocrats. Why? What do you say? It's our responsibility to play. But as soon as I hear discussions say very healthy, abua ama a reforming, not transforming country, no start to say oh yeah, partisan. Then we have the cause to also point out some of the things that you've done. Because in near man fix the countries for a coming in ano. And your idea within the 5 years of another that we could for NDC. These are generational inheritance. These are things I want them at check. Are you trying to tell me, say, NDC for mobile one time national health insurance? No, catch Ghanaians. No, they didn't know us at that time. Say, hey, I did Ghana for you. I didn't know man yet. But one time premium, you didn't do it. And national health insurance, national health insurance, oh, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? Listen to the argument I'm making. Listen to the argument I'm making. You register. Sefa, and look, where clearly shows the minimum NDC for the
NPP didn't bring national health insurance.
So who brought national insurance?
NPP brought mutual health insurance. Mutual health insurance.
Who brought national health insurance?
This is the same difference.
Who implemented?
Hello.
Who implemented?
I am saying that NPP implemented mutual health insurance.
And you implemented national health insurance.
Our insurance, wherever you go, you can take the health insurance to go to hospital. NPP, maybe already say, what person now do go?
Sefa, me plus, me time now. Mr. Omudin to it. Whoa, Sefa, this clearly shows a minu animal almost studio hanum. They don't listen to the conversation there. What's he say? National health insurance. National health insurance. Ni 2009. Time I call in elections. And Professor Mills was so. Our cast oba one-time premium. Yes. And once in America. And I said we did national health insurance. Oh, Pacho, you didn't see. Omo one-time premium. The only man yet. It's here because I face the country. I'm on your opportunity. Then I'm here. Must be resolved. What in your way? MPP will not come back and come and pay the debt, and I can't want national health insurance anymore. Say the NDC time on your opportunity. I'm failure my kana, and that is what I'm talking about. It is about the issue of fix the country. Clearly, no. Miniano, I reaching on 10 seminar ecosono. And nothing about say demonstration and I'm calling another that for say as a technocrat. Oye Juma or government sector, Oye Juma or ministry. Say in Yama as a saw yano, 1 year. We're expecting another that for so the earlier speaker, Howard, right? Sefa, Howard, right? The who interviewed exclusive interview. Yeah. In some oka you know, oka eka esisu clearly. Say for the country to go on, as I say, making sure the economy no ebe but I also add say, as stakeholders and as individuals, we also have the responsibility to check our character. Yen check it, ye subain, near attitude, near ma ye de bois and making sure say decisions, ne policies, are government in the bano. Ye be for us. Ye.
I think that there is a clarity to the national health insurance bruhaha, so that we settle it before we move on. The policy in itself, the policy in itself was implemented by Kufuor. Yes. The initial stages of the policy was say if I'm in Brim North District, and I register in the Brim North District. If I'm sick, I can't go to any hospital outside Brim North District.
That's mutual.
Oh, let's the whole talk. Mama host drink as I
even all their cards everywhere.
They even walked out from Parliament. They did national health insurance, but NDC for walking out from Parliament. And you are here claiming the policy, claiming.
Public knowledge.
That you
walked out of Parliament. When Hold on. Interesting. Hold on. Subsequent to you not. Hold on, please. Hold on. I know you were working in a hospital. You've been working in a hospital. Oh, it's not about you having the office, oh. It's not about you having the office. You had nothing to do with the implementation of national health insurance. Let's be accurate with that. The National Democratic Congress, the only policy that the NDC sought to introduce as an addition to the national health insurance scheme. Hold on. The mutual health was done by associations, districts, and all of that. I know. And hold on. That was why at the initial said this is the document.
This is what happened. I understand.
When did you implement it? Hold on, let's settle it.
The insurance scheme was implemented in 2003 under John Kufuor. That's the reality. But under the scheme, the insurance policy was only a mutual. And that mutual was limited to a district with 25 drug lists.
Hold on.
With 25, that was purely antibiotic.
You are going to substance.
Antibiotic. But when we can, we'll do it a one-time premium. And in that one-time premium, it means when you register it, you will not renew it, you will not do anything again.
I couldn't do it.
But when we came in the process of it, what we did was that we implemented and make a national scheme that when you are in Bunkrugu or you are in Tama or you are in Kumasi, you can come to Accra and access drug list, access health insurance. But then increase the drug list to 136. Then we added cases. That time we realized that the cases like lipoma, typhoid perforation, major surgical cases were also added to and that has been a clear distinction of it. That is why our members of parliament walked out of parliament, because at the time the Catholic missions were doing the mutual health insurance scheme, it was also limited. And we were saying that, look, if you want to implement it, you should get everybody to have access to whatever it is. Because if I am in Kwanta South and I'm sick, it doesn't mean that I'm back. I can't get access to medical health care. I have to go back to Kwanta. And that is what we work for parliament.
Okay, all right. Hold on.
No, that is the issue.
Hold on. Let it slide. We'll come back to that matter later. Wrap up. Try and wrap up on the Fix the Country for me.
Me and then the crack around say what case is 2003 in a national health insurance. The former president J.A. Kufuor Edibaye. But sometimes in NDC for sometimes when you push you to the wall now fe almost try some make me bibia na tasa at your say health insurance national almost part of some no buy. Free SHS squad John former president John Mama that will cast some no buy. You discover all your Ghana almost walking out say a
they introduce a progressively free
free SHS. You know, progressively free. Oh, the mami analogy not here say free SHS almost say progressively. Yet yes, national health insurance by its own argument. What's almost say the national no be any preko. But I know you're starting from district and region gradually, no. I know they're more working out of parliament. Do you see the double standard of the NDC? National health insurance there more working out. The national.
Wrap up.
Free SHS. Progressively. I know they make sense.
It makes sense for me, sir.
Wrap up.
You see,
wrap up on
the double standard of the NDC. It's the free SHS there. I know they make sense. The ordinary Ghana near Oton Banchi, Kanesh market, no. The Bantina fee. Now progressively. Not 5 years, 10 years, Nibano, and you're rejected. I know they make sense now. Let me come to the main issue.
Also, why on the bat etifie? But you also recall say with the progressively free senior high school, day students, most of them their school fees were catered for. They were eventually going to school for free.
Yes, it's your on your body,
No, I'm saying with the progressively free.
Yes.
And let's underline the word progressive.
Yes.
That day students went to school for free.
They went to school for free.
Yeah.
Some selected school. No. Not all day students. Some selected schools.
But you'll check it.
Substance for all of them.
Check it.
It is online.
Check it. Hold on.
It was the all secondary. They started with some secondary
schools. But more than check it. A year on education. A year the 2017 budget.
It is clear.
And then you.
No,
Even the finance minister mentioned it. The education section. Rabia Mami.
Fix the country. Wrap it up. Oh, Mammy Casa, my interrupt. Me rap on the fix the country. Me believe it's a fix the country in some a national thing. It is to all our leaders. Leaders are almost John Dramani Mahama, former president. Oh, fairly. Omuna omunsu swansono ena ene aboile apa Ghana for ye nyina call say nyama ne bi ho no ma say hwene ye but say oba to some of the key issues now bisa won say na do dan kwaku for the government or address sa nyama nana on the issue of education ye nyina ye nim nyama na teachers allowances are enko into mo call for face the country as someone say a president took a decision say teachers allowance na NDC for so muntua no oba no betua ye. It clearly shows that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is fixing that allowances. Nurses allowances are not enco. Yeni anomo ni so can say face country. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo nurses allowances no. In the era of COVID-19, in Bebra because of lockdown, government sector no mu trefie. Sefa government sector no mu trefie no mu nyetuma because they are locking down. The government was still paying these government workers. It say confess the country. It is a progressive thing. The cases have been made. Demonstration of call and meant yes, probably to create the more awareness and let people know say yes, the call is still on.
Okay,
but it doesn't take away the fact say substance no honum cases has been made to the finance minister and the president. Gradually, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is fixing it. In the era of COVID-19, Ghana was one of the few countries that reports the positive indicators on the economy. It is clear.
Is it reflecting in your pocket now?
It's reflecting in a way because many of secondary schools are saying me too.
So you've been able to save?
Yes, because I have the money in my pocket.
But what about the person who is not working?
The person who is not working. That is why government planting for food and jobs aba. Or they obatampalo naba gradual ubo kaikwe south.
How are the youth being incentivized to go into the agriculture sector?
Oh, Sifa yenim. Say. This government has been one of the government.
How?
Because government creates a lot of awareness, provided soft loans to make sure say omo interested.
Soft loans. Which banks?
Which banks? Maslock ewo honom. I think it's NBNISS. These are Sika.
It's GEA.
Fine.
Ghana Enterprises.
Yes, they are providing soft loans for our mothers and people.
When did that start?
To my best of my knowledge, almost 3 years ago, because in my constituency before 2020 elections, we had an opportunity where we invited them to come and support the market women. These are things enough. Enough. That is why the Ghanaian trust in Nana Danko Akufo-Addo to make sure say this call will be made during his tenure of office. Na embwa, but sefa me dem anusim. Yenu propaganda omo yeno. It will not help. Let's solve this thing holistically. Rather than be coming to attack and say Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Mahama has failed us because employment before it was freeze, not freeze. There was a freeze on government employment. In the era of COVID-19, government has issued a clearance for people to be employed. Doing so, there was total frozen in the economy so far as the country is concerned on unemployment. How do you then compare Nana Danko Akufo-Addo?
Are you saying people could not employ as a result of doomso or
the hardship of the economy?
It was because of the pact that we have with the International Monetary Fund.
It was
why the two things.
Land.
Are you saying it was because of the erratic power supply? And now say apama yene IMF core yene and na ban into me.
Let me explain it so that you love it. Because there was power doomso. Let me mention that word doomso. It affected the economy, businesses, which impacted on the performance of the economy. And John Mahama and Emisata and the people radically had no option than to throw their hands in spare and go to IMF and beg them that they should come and help us manage our own economy. So it is a contributing factor. In fact, a key contributing factor. Even in world pandemic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has given clearance for people to be employed. This is the clear distinction between Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo leadership and former President Mahama leadership.
Thank you very much. Isaac Gobeng, the New Patriotic Party, what is so Kasa? No a question, whether the NDC or whether the NPP. I ask the question again. One, the people who went on demonstration today said, they've distanced themselves from both the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress.
But
do you, Uncle Ebo, outweigh by the sentiment here, the core or your children? Do you believe in them?
Of course, yes.
Why else they also blaming you, your party?
They didn't blame my party. What do I say?
Go on.
So now Edika so it's been a long time. So
oh, don't hold it.
When I'm a 3 months, I can't be feed.
Oh, don't hold it.
Now I'm into me, but make us a member my basso. A person support. Damn, Coca maybe say, maybe a Ghana corner, you will be born and near things say rolling start time. Now can mess a son of Macacra. So now can mess son of Macacra because we are Ghana corner. Maybe a Ghana corner. And can you hear Minka's revolution as a beside beam? Because I just saw by 50 years to come. To send a no case, Palocaso, I shot you. Ghana, I tell you. So you're calling by 50 years, sir. Ghana ain't that because what you come for crown as only minister. For that, police says I am ice block or ice water one. Maybe police can be table castle.
Now, by fun, Emano, a year, ice water.
Would have said,
Eman and Numa, a bonnet. But you can't dehumanize the person has committed a crime. The person has committed a crime. It does not, however, mean the person is not a human being. Hold on. There be not uncle cells, no. You do uncle cells, no. For what purpose? For reform. But if you're there and you're not being treated well, if all of your rights, they don't take all of your rights from you.
The way I don't make us say you to the moment, sorry. Why I'm fending your damn pressure and see young politicians here. So I'm going to say by 50 years to Ghana will be international. And I said, "Skit as me and Nami Bay came." We were student to be now for the student now for Univer. It's about 3 days ago now. About 3 days ago now. I conform to charm windows in Adena. On baby on according to ladies, one more call police station for a report. No more catch police penny or what say, and come in here patrol team. One more the patrol team, no mamma say. One more for patrol team. According to information, like I say, even penny no go to the party, I say, patrol team, the carriers or be more months, no matter patrol area. Ghana, your team is here, you. So, and in tea, so people join them because so I didn't know mamma town person will be now on the whole train. Say, I buy now cosina, not trust any credit. This particular demonstration is the first time in the history of this country. You are sorry, I was say, young face Ghana, the Ghana to Japan. Let me so for me or see. Or no so for a boss or evangelical Methodist church. What I say, or see. And no, my dear Monday, I saw for crime to mean to tight. It meant to correction. And in tea or bad demonstration, I've been more a pioneer banos. Say, and no matter Japan, into your sorry. Let me go to Sikaso. And so be in a Juma year, I'm from face of attitude. Say, not an a cake can. Ubi, at 2 ni ball a good got a monacon. Penia or worry how an assembly man, and I say, institutions of more no share on my enforced law, or then or more ye. So a brute, no catso. Young fast sport fine, my fast sport fine, but Ghana better the sport fine, because address system and near Juma. A brute now can was seven. Police no bar, or the be any brew sport fan be any brew upa kutia upa men kutia and once every day bia na interest baso eye dey na one day you go to license office to renew license uko ya na ajo license at say wo the kasi we metia ye mfa ma Ghana wo de ba police nchi obi wo ye celebrity police nchi Ghana is kafo and they decide what to do in this particular country. Say, and as California as for the Majidi no be a convoy. Obi a kwa motor then people no ko. Send him for ready my engine. So me di kum sinya me nya popular there police chimi no akoje miska. Ya di makori akobom ko de aje miska. Nti sa no man na ne kase. So you man pin na wo twa IGP and onye na juma ye say na wo kase institutional heads no. Me fan say na for example no use here no. Nti say me be ka say na want to be control me na me can na the problem ba. E say wo juma penin oyi wati. Because we no create that problem. And nti ye kase na do fix country no. Ghana ha me say Ghana ya dia mande dare me ko to dokunu na dokunu 2 cities et say due dokunu 2 cities et say due who do you ba for na you ba janche o mo ti ba ire do na 50%. No mo to no and they say the same size of buyer no to 1 city and then 4 days ago Ghana ya dia man te be see media be see masa ade na you start no senanado amfa na nsi fom an hwe bibia anya amfo ho an hwe ni ya asema be siga na ano anya asema pa o because your master demonstration Unsara spring na they starting na say yeah because and don't mind too tight and they Ghana just say obia to me ya the opeo ku ya obia so nka na kure wo de ba every form fast me meto aponti ku be hu say asem no
me mama o TV nzo nka
oh na Ghana wana kan because who can go out me live in this country obia e tell you go krum ha
nzo nka no kure
you can nyina nya no kure
na who can go when was survive in this country Ghana who can go when was survive in this country
into the can so nya no kure
so they say ade be kwasu bia wo krum ha bia ye mafia unte I want put the young ko letter commission kan ba ka
yenka
ba yenko wonti
yenka ne ye ba kan china
Ghana ade bia institution bia Ghana bia na do den sa to so na o tinti ngom se munyese wo se wo ka wo se ye dika ye je heaven church ka to na ye ko ye bu so wo se mo ba afie mo betwa ne se na mabato ene Ghana ka se na ye di kana ye di Ghana no and wo se na wo contribute here
fix the country
and to fix the country in the Ghana for you better me say every week bia ye be kwa koye because about we the anya sa de pa na se na do pa trasa yes o ye pa the next 4 years there do fix obaton ba ko na tell what me di
man o montina o
so intermediate me ye Ghana for boss say atia na mbu ye so man penindada mahama oba ye juba papa oba ye na before ka so say e no oba to 8 years oba 8 years mo abese Ghana then na ma say na wo buy up to 5 years unto face here dey bi omo do mba power NDC for me be say no na ye na abebe ni ye buso wo so buy ade ba ko awuko na do ba ta akunwa ezu ade ba ko okọ do be Ghana for say me ba Ghana ade ba ko say na me ye do be kan say free city Ron said the best education reforms the bag kuma na po ya money di Rollins and the best education reforms are Ghana in the history of this country. Rollins said by your money dimu. So I say intermediate Sifa the American say the Nadu member de face the country and the cry so. I see a Japan guam was a bear crana and can sell American comedian in your political class region say. Send I had son of money starting for because once the buyer Are you calling for coup? I'm not calling for coup. I'm calling for revolution. At least you to sorry.
Revolution I didn't lead up forever. Revolution I didn't lead up forever.
And have you not heard of revolution?
But yes,
answer no one to see within the
it's all can you was a coup no person.
So you start here, sir. Na DJ Gumtum, sir. Na video. Na says, na do say baby cranka. And the position the new man of Fubu instead of a disappointment. Sako baby o membu kwa no baka say ma resign. Nti ento abafoforo.
Nanka Mahama Embrambe my.
O say mama tam
I'm not a magician.
Mama tam
I'm not a magician to give you a job.
Mama tam ya wo kase.
I'm not a magician to give you a job.
Because Ghana.
Mama the can you also I'm not a magician to give you a job.
Who measure productivity? the American say,
yeah.
Maybe I may support them. They do Obekobi, I may do Mati. Very unfortunate.
Obekobi.
Of course,
Nasamo come with your no mama.
What's your career here? They are the position.
Moko with
the big cement member. But next time on Bayer,
Moko Kumasi.
Yes, Moko
Kumasi.
Because
Obe drive you Kumasi.
Of course, since if I know my course for Ghana alone, said no man sapa within this few time here, me can be at Sana Mekano. Ghana, how to commit me to no account. I tell you because sister I do. Mrs. Skit pa, Mr. Daniel Cotton, we are a confu, and then Pumpuza, Omubuda, and any other maybe we are there. Obia watching. Of course, Obia watching.
Okay.
So, another one physical training, Yakasa, but Mamma, I'm 5 years old. Now, NDC for and government debating and Yanocre, another time and normalize so difficult. I would say now, we can characterize about a particular Mabasu. Sa asphalt overlay no enya obama na ye hwe obama nya hwe ho e idea sika om kwaji fi bazi a wo be ye second 13 sa agreement no na om de shemu say all the municipal metropolitan and the way this is ring na no e kwa wo na om de asphalt beto so nti idea project a start ya no ma babo nto aso particular ma nya hwe ho mo bi ava mo bi ara so e oba road adwuma uko oba nwuru ko busem on be tro nipa oye sedman onye hwe onye bi dem olobi dey olobi no mo ye bi enye bi adwuma nipa MP lobby ama ye kwan a enye lobby bia mo se boy mo so face the mo se face the nyame adom ya ye ne kwan so ama na mo boy I'm getting now.
Because there are messages. Messages. Citizen Sika Togo. Good afternoon, Sifa, and your noble guest on the topical submissions being made on the issue. I think that it is good sign of democratic maturity for the peaceful organization of the largest apolitical grouping, Demo, in a while. I would like to show my biggest appreciation to the protesters and the security services for an incident-free day on 4th of August, Founders Day. Long live Ghanaian democracy. Aluta continua. Citizen Sika Togo. Anyway, Esuma Ebae. Well, if we nana afra and if I be honest to yourself, everyone in Ghana knows the elections were stolen. Please allow the NDC man to flow. Venunya Debbie, Sifa, please allow Richards to flow. Why? Isaac Kayako, Sifa, please tell the one who is talking that at first anything that happens, it was Mahama. So anything that happens today, we will put it on President Nana Addo Dankwa Kufu Addo. Okay. Isaac, go
1 minute.
1 minute.
Niama bi ekoso a ehun be hia se betwe aban no so adwen esiso.
Okay.
Sena de bi e ka no. Every institution so our responsibility, especially government workers and not technocrats na ya employer mo. Yenim say during COVID time no Nana Addo Dankwa Kufu Addo by ni able leadership no on my Ghana for free water. Na enu ekokosi ye no at the end of the day no government ni yenim enu asem na mabeka no government yenim say ka bi e ba ye no government ni etua ama Ghana water upacho uni factor tie we tia back to the Ghana water for the past 3 months.
When was that?
I'll get to you there. I'll get to you the information. For the
so if you can, please, hold on. Why you? Because you see, Okan 76 here, and we are unable to substantiate that. It creates a different impression in the minds of the people who are listening. So that's why I'm asking you. When for me sitting here behind this microphone, I cannot open my mouth and tell the listeners say, I've heard or I know of a government paying any money to the Ghana Water Company.
Anna, you know, every statement you make, so Obisa for proof. In the process, we give you the proof.
Yeah.
Anything I make out say before I end, you get the proof. But the American say for the past 3 months, Tama government in the car say, a friend is saying, free water no, on my cancel early this year. And for the past 3 months or 2 months, no. You notice, say the bill has become so huge, and we are calling on the government to make sure, say, at least the minister in charge or the appointee or beko honom no sa niema we no be because sometimes you know it's deliberately also to undermine the government. It is done. It is sometimes deliberate. Oh,
you were a politician, you know.
Make us see me. Are you trying to tell me, sir? Are you trying to tell me, sir? But some of the
I just want to also understand your theory. Isaac, I want to understand your theory. Sir, Uncle Mbacho, I'm coming.
What are you trying to tell me?
I want to understand your theory. Sir, it might be deliberate. Deliberate on whose part? And for what purpose? What would the person achieve?
Sifa?
Yes.
Sifa?
Yes.
We are in a government where politics is, especially in this era, where politics is very essential. That
so are you saying, sir?
Decisions that
I just want to. I just want us to cut the corners.
Okay.
Are you saying, sir, the exorbitant bills are in the brewono? What you're saying is, or what you're hypothesizing is, obi tired tree. And all those bills in Ebana.
What I'm trying to say is that when you look at the sharp jump over the few 2 months, any communique from the government on increasing of water bill, then it gives me a reason to be worried. Say, those in charge needs to check. It can be a technical problem. Say ABR on the system not the calculator because it's not done manually. Issues be about, or it can also be a deliberate attempt.
Or it can also be said.
So,
that's another option.
That is his view.
That's another option.
Yes, but that is also his view.
Another variable that another variable that you're attempting not to look at.
So far as yourself and myself we are concerned, there is no communique from the government indicating, say, bills has been increased.
But if bills are to be increased, it wouldn't come from the government. It would come from the Public Utilities and Regulatory Commission.
Yes, but we've not heard anything.
Ghana Water Company has not come out to say there is a fault. Hold on.
That is no.
And you're not the first person complaining.
Hello.
You're not the first person complaining.
We are consumers.
I myself. You they take it free. You pay it later.
I'll surcharge you. I'll surcharge you.
Sifa, I'm agreeing with you. So far as we are concerned, communicate via every Ghana Water and buy.
Okay. As to whether there is an increase. Also, there is no communique from the Ghana Water Company Limited indicating say the bills are urbano.
So it is fair.
I mean,
it is fair.
They are not the true and actual picture of your consumption.
So it is fair. However, as consumers, so now say you face similar thing. I've also faced similar thing. It is our responsibility. Issues we up. So that Ghana Water will come and what? Say, okay, probably this is what they've done.
Okay.
Or this is the technical problem that they face.
Isaac, Ghana Water Company for 8 I'm pretty sure say yes Stanley Mate Brapeni
But I always
tell people say there is nothing like free lunch. There is no free lunch anywhere. There is no free lunch anywhere.
Yes.
And we should always bear in our mind, say, it's either you are subliminally paying for the thing, subliminally, that's the increments will come bit before you're done paying, or you pay upfront and you use. Two things.